Kamala Harris voters, I'm going to make you feel good and understand what's really going on, so pay attention, my fellow liberals and leftists. I'm very happy about this, and I'm going to make you happy as well, okay? So it is March 28th, 2025, and here's the deal. First of all, subscribe, please, to my YouTube, Darren Monroe Politics. That's where I post most of the content. If you're watching this on another social media, definitely follow me there. But get over to my YouTube because I am always up to date, literally posting around the clock very, very aggressively. And I'm going to give you some real numbers here. So listen very carefully to me. There's this misconception happening that we're dealing with both on the MAGA side and within our own camp. And I understand MAGA and their misconceptions. They're MAGA. They're supposed to be. It's like being mad at a lion for being a lion. But on our side, I really got to check this shit. I got to really check this because there are people out there naysaying you, putting you into a negative place. They're both influencers, legacy media, and people who try to comment in my comments and other comments trying to bring the negativity and the lies. It's not that I'm an optimist, which I am. It's that I'm an optimist realist. I am talking about numbers. What numbers? Out of 42 federal judgments in the last 10 weeks, we've won 41. From 2 out of the Supreme Court and then the rest out of the appeals court and regular court. We are winning. But we're returning jobs from Inspector Generals, FBI, CIA, and almost every other department. Is the Trump administration fighting them? Yeah, of course they are. Their goal is to flood the zone with all this stuff. Then, if they lose there, take it to appeals, and then take it to Supreme Court. But obviously, 41-1, they're not they're not winning. Okay, they're not winning. They're major losing. Okay? And they're frustrated by it. How do we know that? Because they're now attacking law firms that are suing them because everybody's winning. They're trying to attack. They just attacked 2 big law firms. One capitulated. The other one hasn't. They've actually attacked 3 law firms. One capitulated. One just got attacked yesterday. And the third one is Perkins Cole. Perkins, I keep saying Perkins Cole, but Perkins, I forget the other partner's name. And they're fighting back, and so far it's looking good in court. And they're telling them what they think. That's how we know they're losing. We also know they're losing when Mike Johnson, the head of the House, stupidly says he has authority over federal courts. No, he does not. Congress has authority over the purse, but not over federal courts. Well, he could defund federal courts. Actually, he can't. No more than he can impeach Judge Boasberg. Why? Because they don't have the numbers. Republicans are not going to impeach a judge or defund a Fed court because Trump didn't like the judgment in the court. They're losing. They're losing and they know it. That's why they're attacking the judges. And they're attacking the law firms. There's 200 law firms out there. And you know, law firms, they're law firms who want that smoke. They will fight. They will fight. They're up against it. It's like walking into a karate school saying, who wants to fight? Not a good idea. And that's what they're doing, the DOJ. We also know we're winning because the heat is on them in the middle of this Signal case. Let me break down what this Signal case means, because this is what nobody's telling you. And I did another video talking about this. It's on YouTube. I want you to check it out, Signal. And I'm talking about what nobody tells you about the Signal case. What's the one thing you haven't been hearing? Elon Musk. Why? Well, of course Elon wouldn't be in on that Signal call. That's not a big deal. Why am I mentioning Elon? Because Elon don't like any of them motherfuckers from Signal. He don't like them and they don't like him. So what's that got to do with anything? Listen, the GOP is scared. They're not scared of MAGA because they had these town halls and they had people dragged out. They walked out on them. They don't care about MAGA. They're a little scared of Trump, but not that much. What they're really afraid of is Elon Musk putting pressure on their assets when they try to run. They know that Elon got the power to, boom, knock them out. So you add Trump and Elon together, they become a superpower. But if you just got Trump, you don't have the power of Elon, that makes them a little more gutsy to fight back, the GOP. How do we know? Because they're opening up an investigation into Signal. They would have never done that. Elon's not going to fight them. They're going to open up the investigation into Signal, and some of them people are going to fall, and rightfully so. Hegseth should be arrested. Toby Gabbard should be arrested. CIA director who had a warning a month before from the NSA about Signal should be arrested. They shared classified information. At the very least, resignation. But Hegseth, hands down, arrested. He betrayed the oath to the United States. And for them to try to cover it up, hey, listen, Trump gets away with the cover up. But they ain't Trump. And Trump might stand so long, but you know Trump, he's going to put people under the bus. Giuliani, Steve Bannon, his attorneys who lost their license and went to jail. He's going to put them under the bus. You don't want to play that game. What I'm trying to tell y'all is this. As much as you think that we're losing, anybody who thinks that, stop thinking that. Stop thinking that. We're winning. We're winning. Well, I know we're winning because of the score the court wins. I know we're winning because they're reversing the court wins. I know we're winning because they're following the courts and reversing these things. They're not sitting there. They're talking crap at the judicial branch, which is not smart, but they're not winning. Here's how I know that is stupid. Because you don't try to impeach a judge and have your own justice you appointed rebuke you for it, because they appointed that very judge you're trying to impeach. You don't try to impeach a judge who hadn't done anything wrong but judge against you. There have been 15 judges impeached in our country's history, and it was over heinous stuff, taking bribes and intoxication. This is somebody who just judged against you. On top of that, you do that against your own justice. You have pissed off the whole judicial branch. How do we know? How do we know you pissed off the judicial branch? Well, American Oversight is suing all of the people in that Signal case. Who did they assign as the judge? Boasberg, the same one you want to impeach. What message is that telling you? That's telling you that the judicial branch is not around. They're not playing. I'm trying to get y'all to understand something. Kamala Harris voters, we're winning. It's good news because their back's up against the wall, and the more they cover themselves, the worse it gets. It gets to be a scenario where we are winning and they are losing, and if they continue this way for another 10 weeks, in 360 days, Donald Trump may resign. Good news. Hold tight. Every time he does something each week, don't be surprised, because 99% of everything he's done has been overturned. Oh, he did something bad to education last week. Yeah, they're going to get the jobs back, at least some of them, and they're going to get the money back. It's going to happen because judges have been whipping their butts for the last 10 weeks. It's just a matter of time. And the reason it takes time, they want their I's dotted, their T's crossed, everybody. This trial of 14 states fighting, including my state here in Illinois, Chicago, Chi-Town bears down. These 14 states are fighting the Trump administration up against Elon. And it's taking time. And like I told everybody, they're trying to get their I's dots and T's crossed because they've pretty much won damn near 100% of the appeals. They need shut tight cases so when they do go to appeal, as Trump will do, and Supreme Court, they get kicked back down. But we're winning. We're winning, Kamala Harris voters. If I earned your subscription over on YouTube Politics, please get over there. If you're watching this on TikTok, it may be gone in days. We can't trust this man to keep TikTok going. And if you're watching it on Instagram, you definitely want to follow me, but you definitely want to get over to YouTube Politics because that's where I got the real deal. I'm talking about the election. They won't let me talk about that anywhere else. See you soon.